Hi. So we did it. I put my first Hissy Fit video out into the world, and I didn't wear any makeup, and I did it just as I woke up, and I'm feeling very proud of myself. And that's what this Hissy Fit is about. It is about coming into the second half of our lives and all the places where we couldn't necessarily be as truthful to ourselves as we wanted. The spirit of unconditional love. That's what we are offering ourselves in the second half. We are getting more in contact with your soul. Woo-woo word right there. Spirit, S of O. Unconditional U. Love, L. S-O-U-L. Your soul. And there have been many years where I felt like I needed some kind of soul retrieval witchcraft. Change. That's a word that a lot of that's in the ether about menopause, right? And even just saying the word, I feel like, well, that's a shocking and inappropriate conversation to have. And that's kind of a little bit how I was raised. But I think we learn a lot from the shocking and the inappropriate. And that's probably why I have always loved stand-up comics. Give it to me real. Give it to me truthful, you know? Tell me a story that I can relate to and I can learn from. So, what I've learned the last 6 years is this can be a very dark hole. And you shouldn't have to be down in that hole alone. And there are tools that you can reach for to help you get out of that place. And, you know, I started writing a one-woman show called Someplace Else when all my hormones were changing because I no longer wanted to be in this body. I wanted to be someplace else. And that's a scary place. That's a scary way to live. And now I'm so grateful that I've made it out to the other side. So I'm taking anybody who feels that same way and I'm getting you out of the hole. And the first thing we're going to have to talk about is movement in the body. And, you know, things get stuck and we got to move them. We got to move it out. And I was a yoga teacher. I am a yoga teacher. Due to health reasons, I haven't been in a hot studio for over 2 years now. My lungs couldn't handle the sauna. But I'm getting better. I'm getting stronger. And, of course, I've been practicing plenty of home yoga without the hot room. But doing what is most uncomfortable and finding my ability to adapt and breathe is my superpower. And I have moved, you know, I know how hard change is what I'm trying to tell y'all. And I have moved over 25 times in my adult life. And that's over a span of like 13 years. And 8 of those moves I did with a baby and then a little girl. And adaptable. And we found peace in the process. And there's always fear. But now I think that's what's wonderful about being at this stage of life is you can meet the fear where it's at. And you can either choose to be in it or notice it. So now I choose to notice it. And I'm not in it. I'm aware of it. Children. I think had I not had my daughter at a late age in life, I wouldn't be where I'm at now because she keeps me young. Children are so raw and they're so eager to be alive and to experience life, and they have no guile. And when you go through your first puberty, as a woman, as a girl, I learned how to hide and how to mask and how to lie. And now we're peeling all that off. And every time I've had to make it softer, even for the doctors, even for my parents, oh, I'm going to be okay. Okay, thank you for that prescription for Anaprox. I'm sure that's going to help. And I'll stop passing out and throwing up on the principal's shoes, which I did in the 8th grade at Einstein Middle School in Sacramento. My first period, Hissy Fit, episode 2. I got my period. I got it in the morning. I went to school. By the 5th class in junior high, my cramps were so severe that I knew something was wrong. And this is my first period. I was just like, oh, all this pain in the abdomen can't be right. So my teacher was very strict. It was social studies or civil studies. I can't remember, but I didn't even ask. You don't ask permission when you're in that kind of hurt. I got up out of my desk and I walked out of the classroom. And I just walked to the front office and I told the nurse, I'm in a lot of pain. I need something. And she said, we can't give you anything without a parent's permission. This is before cell phones. I said, both my parents are working. I need something now. And she said, just go sit over there, Miss Bailey. And so I did. And the principal came out of the office and he asked me to stand up. And I went to stand up and the whole room went, and I passed out. And when I came to, he was kneeling next to me. I think his name was Mr. Alfaro. And he always dressed so nice, beautiful suits, beautiful shiny leather shoes. And I proceeded to get up too fast and lose my lunch all over Mr. Alfaro's shoes. Sorry, Mr. Alfaro. Anyway, all these, and I was so apologetic, right? Because that's what we do as women. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that me being a human and this ability to make life and my body, oh, I'm so sorry it inconvenienced you. So sorry. So that's what the hissy fit part is. The hissy fit is I finally get to go, no, I'm going to throw a little hissy right now because that wasn't right. And we can throw some light on it and heal. And now we got to focus on the fit, okay? And all the things that have been working for you up until these hormone hustles started, right? All the things that you were leaning on that used to work for you, they're not going to work anymore. So we're going to find new things. Change doesn't have to be miserable. It doesn't have to be miserable. Nothing changes if nothing changes. We're going to do the next right thing. It's going to start with getting to bed, no screens an hour before bed, drinking more water. Most doctors don't know anything about nutrition. They didn't learn anything in med school or residency. I'm just being honest. A lot of the research you can do yourself. There's great books. The Menopause. Oh God, I'm sorry. I'm going to put it all in below in the comments, but I've read them all. Dr. Mary Claire Haver. She's my favorite. Anyway, the Galveston diet. That's what it's called. The Galveston diet. But basically, you got to avoid sugars. Okay, you guys, because it's going to spark your cortisol. And the hardest news for some of my mommy friends is the wine. When you're going through the hormone hustle, even one glass of wine is going to throw off your sleep cycle. Your cortisol levels are going to spike. Your insulin levels are going to get all erratic. And then you're going to have a hot flash. And then you're going to wake up feeling like yuck. And it's going to take you hours to get back to a deep sleep. You don't want to do that to yourself. We're going to find other means to self-soothe and to find time to recollect and feel good in our own body. Take a deep breath with me. You're worth it.